I can't hear what the song is, but Aurora's little music box is playing stuff from Lady and the Tramp. And I don't necessarily remember. Maybe it's I don't know. It sounds more like opera singing than anything else.
This is the
So, but
night.
that's where it opens up. That's the first song that they sing, and I heard that one. But now they're going on something else, and I'm getting no words, just that similar like
Too loud.
like that's just my 3-year-old just
Yeah.
opera and out.
What a sophisticated ear for music your daughter has.
I always said that about her. Oh no. I made an oopsie. Whoopsie. Made a oopsie.
Oopsie whoopsie doopsie.
Oh, did we long? No, we haven't long rested.
No.
We did long rest, but it was yesterday.
Yeah, you are back at the ship. You can short rest if that is something you so desire.
Oh, I don't think we do. We just woke up and had breakfast, if I remember correctly.
And to be fair, I might need a nap after that. Cap, that was a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of. I'm appreciating Pat's very clear signals to us that we should definitely make sure we get under the ocean by 5:15 p.m. on the dot. About a minute later.
Yeah, y'all do what you want to do. I'm just saying there are plenty of ways to even get down there. It's just longer.
I'm just saying this is a missable side quest, so budget your time accordingly.
If you don't do this right, you can't get your military readiness high enough. So in the way that's Bioshock 3. Never mind.
I do have some side scales I'm adding up over here, so people are remembering your interactions. Did I do that incorrect? Gosh,
I don't know
darn
if
it.
I like that.
I'm not doing that.
I
Yeah.
don't want people to remember me.
Look, you're allowed to make a mistake because I definitely meant to say Mass Effect and I said Bioshock. So whatever. Fake nerd alert.
Poser.
Whoa. Probably doesn't even know what a Star Wars is.
What Disney movie do we think has the best music?
Oh.
Oh no, why would you ask that question? We'll be here all night.
That's tough. Lion King,
Classic.
Tarzan are two that like Tarzan, Phil Collins. If I didn't know that the movie Tarzan existed and Phil Collins is just like, hey, here's a banger about feelings I have. I think that was just a great album. And then when you tell me actually it's about the story of a man without a family who grows up to have a bigger heart than the folks who knew society or something like that. I don't know really what the point of Tarzan is.
It's to trust your heart and let fate decide.
I like how Pat
exactly.
just describing the plot of Tarzan, and never once did he mention the word gorillas or monkeys in any capacity.
I don't see
species.
They were family.
Look through that lens, Christina.
I'm not gonna be able to answer this because I like each of them for different reasons. I like pick and choose off of each album or each soundtrack, and then it creates my perfect one.
I don't like that my answer is Hunchback of Notre Dame, but there's something about.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's easily like that Frollo villain song.
Hellfire.
Yeah,
that's a top 3 Disney villain song. And I think like for me it's that Be Prepared and Friends on the Other Side are like I'm sure I'm forgetting something up there.
Four Unfortunate Souls.
That's in that's pretty good too.
That's Little Mermaid.
Princess and the Frog, the Shadow Man song. I just think it's so
that has such a
spooky
good
and cool.
soundtrack too, though.
The only other one I'll throw out is the opening of Hercules with the Grecian chorus.
No, those are so good.
Man Zero to Hero.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good too. Yeah.
I do think
You guys are
objectively.
very classic heavy. I'm just saying, as somebody who's a little partial to the newer ones.
Well, no one threw out Bippity Boppity Boo, so
No.
Yeah, we weren't going way back.
Moana of the newest ones are probably.
Yeah, that's what I was.
How could I
waiting
forget
to say.
Moana?
How could you forget Moana?
Lin-Manuel.
Yeah.
Make
My
way,
favorite.
make way, motherfuckers.
So I think the answer for me has to be The Little Mermaid, which is weird because if we're doing the musical, it's Beauty and the Beast.
I
Like,
totally even forgot about that as an option.
the musical
Mhm.
has extra songs in it that are not in the movie that I think when you put them all together, it's very much a me thing. And if we're
Interesting.
talking like full soundtrack, I mean, the vibe and the tone, the orchestra, the opera, the Baroque feeling of that movie is very nice. But Little Mermaid has Part of Your World and Poor Unfortunate Soul,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
and of course, who can forget Rene Auberjonois? I forget how to say his last name.
Auberginois.
Auberjonois. Yeah, I can't say. In his classical, unforgettable, timeless performance of Les Poissons, les poissons. How I love les poissons.
Mhm.
You know, Ryan, your personality is kind of a marriage between Ariel and Ursula, in the same way that I'm a mixture of the Hunchback and that one gargoyle who's listened to a bird.
Is there a I'm sure I'm gonna specify famous or popular because I know the answer to the question is yes. Is there a famous or popular drag queen that is just Ursula?
Divine.
Well, Divine, it was the inspiration for Ursula, so.
Okay, wow.
part of my soft spot, because I can't not tell you the context of something. Part of my soft spot for Little Mermaid is because I recently watched a documentary with Ben about Howard Ashman, and who was a gay man who was the one who invented the Disney soundtrack that we know today, basically. And like how much of that soundtrack is just stuffed to the gills with gay, like all the way down. And I always loved The Little Mermaid as a kid, but I didn't have words for it. I also loved Beauty and the Beast, and I didn't have words for it. My favorite growing up was Aladdin, but I would never say that's the best soundtrack. I would just say it's one of the best movies, like best Disney movies, if that makes any sense.
I would say I
am
have two answers. I would the one that makes me feel the most is probably Lion King. I think objectively, I think Hunchback of Notre Dame for me. Like first, like just the intro to that movie is so like jaw-droppingly beautiful. And then also just Hellfire is like I think probably my favorite Disney song ever.
It's up there for one of the best villain songs for sure. I love how none of us have mentioned Pocahontas because there's only really two good songs off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of like what
Are you
are
going for like sing songs? Like Mulan is up there with like
I was gonna
quite
say-
a few hits there.
Mulan is just back to back to back good songs.
Yeah,
Like-
Aurora was asking me to watch Mulan today, and I was like,
Oh.
"Ooh, that's a little violent for you." There's
Yeah.
a lot of killing in that one. That's like a war movie. I don't know if I'm ready for
yeah,
that.
I don't need my daughter going like savages.
Yeah.
Barely even human. It's like, oh Jesus.
You
One
know-
of my kids came in the other day and was like, "Yeah, I watched a movie with guns in it, and it was fucking Pocahontas."
May I show off the thing I'm working on? Not
Yes,
to do.
please.
Please do.
You kind of dragged it across the camera.
Just a little.
What will eventually happen?
Oh,
This
this
old
old
thing.
thing.
Yeah, this old thing.
Oh my god.
Oh.
What
Oh.
is
Oh,
that?
that's awesome,
What?
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 Yeah.
I
So
love
what will
it.
happen is it will get seamed around so it becomes a kerchief like this.
Ooh, I love
The yarn that I'm using is changing colors as I go. I'm not doing anything fancy. But dear God, is this not one of the most beautiful things I've ever made?
I
Like,
love it.
I'm sorry, I don't brag about my shit, but I literally, as I keep making this, I'm just like, this is
It's
possibly
fantastic.
the coolest thing I've ever knit.
That's
So
really cool.
thank you. Can't wait to wear
Wow.
it. We went last night, Salem, which, by the way, for local folks, this is a thing that might be happening regularly. They're doing a semi-regular craft movie night where you come and they keep the lights up a little bit and they have local craft people come, and like we had someone give us a zine that was just for coloring.
Oh
If you-
wow! At the Salem Theater.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And then they put on a movie, like a comfort movie, and they keep the lights up a little bit so you can see. So last night's was Practical Magic.
Oh, that's so fun.
Lovely movie. Does the plot make any fucking sense? Absolutely not.
No, we're here for Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman being incredible for however long they're on screen. And of course, Diane Wieston's fucking stalker Channing, who Ben and I were like, that's going to be us when we're old.
That's kind of us now.
Hey, embrace it.
Oh, I've embraced that I'm an old woman in the body of the man body. I don't. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm going
In a
through
body.
like my cute old woman phase now, but it's not gonna be cute when I am an old woman.
Well, that's when you have the like angry old woman who lives in the woods with a gun.
Yeah.
'Cause
I'm
that's-
gonna
yeah.
like live and breathe the word cantankerous. It's just-
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. Get out my lawn. I gotta practice.
Honey, do I have a Clara story? I mean, she did just have a big life event, but I don't remember what the thing was that she said recently.
No, she was just a Debbie Downer. And she's not dead, so that's nice.
Yeah, she went to the hospital recently for pneumonia, but she's okay now. She's home.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear, she's okay.
She is. If I sound blasé about it, it's because she got home and immediately reverted back to her Clara self, and I'm like, okay,
No.
Ryan called her with like a vague medical question. She's like, "It seems like you want an excuse to keep doing your predilections," and I'm like, he wanted advice about like arm strain while knitting, not smoking a pack a day. I think we're projecting a bit, Clara.
I went to the doctor because I have a cyst on my thumb. And the urgent care lady was like, you have to stop playing video games and stop knitting for a while. And I'm like, I don't think that's correct. And I was trying to tell this to my mother, and she was like, I think you're just looking for an excuse to play video games. And then I went to the hand doctor the next day, and she was like, I have absolutely no fucking idea why you're here. This is not an emergency. Keep living your life. Bye.
Huh.
Boy.
I didn't mean to delay us from games. But oh, she had a funny line.
It's 2025. We're down 2 people. I think we're allowed to be a little bit distracted and punch drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
We are 14 minutes into the recording, which I think is fun.
Love that.
Nothing we've done so far is going to violate copyright, so that's good.
No.
Well, who knows what Christina's playing?
Yeah, I have something that's called royalty-free music on YouTube, but we'll see how that goes.
I can't believe they do
So-
it for private movies, like videos rather.
It's not technically private, it's unlisted, which is slightly different.
Ah.
It's only private if only I see it. I have
Oh.
to technically unlist it and allow only people who have a link
To see it.
to
Okay,
see it, but technically, I mean, you could technically use that to make money, so
I
they
see.
get really weird about it. I mean, I've like worked with them in the past, like I've had to email them in the past and they've been fine with it, or there's like one tiny button and you have to like kind of fish around for it, but then it just like takes the music out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it should be fine, but like it's been a long time since I had to do that, and I kind of forgot about it until like 30 minutes ago.
Well, David, we can fill you in on last week's session.
Please.
I don't want to step on Pat's toes.
No, no. If anyone would ever want to do a recap, I'm always more than welcome. I just figure I'm usually at least the one that had to dive back in for a little bit earlier today, so uh, I'm a little fresher.
Oh, good at it. We continue.
So uh, we're on session 17 here. Last meeting, you all had finished up the fight in the bar, this massacre that occurred, and as you had completed the conversation with this older gentleman that you had actually tailed here, he escaped, worried of any interaction with the police, and minutes later, the police and EMTs descended. You had a very brief interaction with them inside the bar, where they effectively demanded, um, not quite at gunpoint, but with some stern sincerity, that you exit the bar calmly and continue a conversation outside when everyone can be on even ground. You met an orc woman, a half orc woman, Captain Perry, and her lieutenant. Um, they kind of questioned you about what you were doing here, why you were on the scene so fast, and while your story seemed to be corroborated by a few of the people in the bar, they did still give you a hard time about your vigilante justice, warning you that it's not something that's generally admissible in Solstice Point. Uh, uh, However, with that, they did let you go on your way. You return back to the ship for a bit of a rest, had some um, uh, interesting conversations. There was some drinking happening. Um, I don't have a bunch of specifics on them. Was there any specific conversations that we had on in that bit?
Oh, we
Uh,
eventually want to go ahead, Ryan.
no, go ahead.
We eventually might want to get into the mushroom business, but we got to confirm first it doesn't do something weird with the Fae. The horse, Gloopy Glop.
That's his new name.
Yes, Garsnir.
Garsnir. Yeah.
You
Gloopy
you went looking for him, found him in the same storage container that he had been in when he kind of first arrived, and seemed to have decorated with quite a few fairy-ish mushrooms. He offered some to you all. No one took them up yet. And Tenebris decided to rehome Garsnir in her own quarters, not particularly needing a place to sleep herself. You also you got a little bit of a view, Bjorn did, of an interaction between Zeal Talk, the octopus woman who you're going to be traveling with, or may be traveling with, have done some trading with, and this mysterious drow gentleman that showed up at her dock at a late hour while you were all resting. Seemed to have a bit of an argument with her, and then just as quickly left. Zealtalk did come into your ship the next morning, had a bit of a conversation with you, and did effectively make it clear she's happy to have you all, but will be heading out of here pretty much promptly at about 5:15.
Were we able to offload our cargo?
Yeah, all the cargo is offloaded. You've been paid, and now you're just docked at her, in her dock right now.
Cool.
You were also in the conversation with the older man, given the option to meet with him at a you give an address in the middle of the city. Upon looking it up, Elior found that it seemed to point to a parking garage near some high rises. And and before setting out on that particular endeavor, that's where we kind of ended the session. But with
Oh,
a whole day ahead of you all, and if anyone has any other notes again that I might have skipped over, that's most of what I had. Yeah.
Levi wouldn't have been here for it, but Tenebris gave a teeny bit of a lore dump while you were out about what an emissary of the void is. But that was only between Elior and Tenebris, so you can live in distance if you don't want to know. But the gist of it is that it's kind of a religion, but not really a religion.
Hope that
More like a
answers your
creed, maybe,
questions.
or
Yeah.
Didn't we also get the sense from that conversation that Tenebris herself isn't exactly a person in the same way the rest of us are? Did I make that up?
Yeah, no, she is like made by the void.
Is the
to, like,
will of
act
the
on their
void.
behalf.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, Elior was like, what is an emissary of the void? And he got his answer, so. Sort of. I mean, at least I now know that, like, it doesn't mean she's a sleeper agent. It's gonna, like, kill us in our sleep. Yeah.
Unless the void just decides that that's what it wants.
Yeah.
And,
I don't know. That kind of freaks me out more than comforted me.
That's true. Lunar, if you're watching this, we're sus.
We love you. We love
you.
Chris. We love everything about them, but
Eyes, sus, watching,
yeah.
love, watching.
Also, Lunar, if you are watching this, I had a really big doo-doo today. I'm very proud of it.
Hold on.
Are you glad you didn't invite this girl to come watch us tonight?
I like to think David would have still said that.
Oh, yeah.
She'll find out eventually if she hasn't already.
Ah,
Hey.
I just threw a dice. That can't be a good start.
Oh shit, yeah, Aurora has one of mine. It's gone now.
It's gone. All right. Well, we'll have to suffice for a different D20 there. That's a bummer.
Was it the one we got for our wedding?
No, I didn't lose that one. It was the big the big metal one.
That's your Pat.
That's good.
Good answer.
With that though, what do you think you all would like to spend your day accomplishing? You have I think you said an afternoon meeting for this this gentleman, so you've probably got some time if you want to either go directly to that, you're welcome to, or if you would like to spend some time otherwise, the world is yours.
I think. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
My agenda is Bjorn wants to check in with Levi about something, and then he wants to survey the location ahead of time. Not like in depth, but just like get a view of it. But if anyone has other stuff first, that's all that I'm thinking about.
I was about to say that Elior has no plans until garage time, unless somebody needed him specifically for something. He's probably just in his quarters knitting. And, not right now, but Quinn is supposed to tell Elior at some point how we get the ship registered in our name. So he would want to check in on that.
Okay.
Do we want to start with that? Do we want to start with anything Click has? Do we want to start with Bjorn and Levi chatting?
Oh, my thing can happen off screen even. It's an
okay.
ongoing thing that Elior said a million sessions ago, and I was just bringing it back up.
Thank you for the reminder. I will say, let's not do that right now, but we can at least touch upon how that process will go. It will be a little involved, maybe a little maybe discussion will be involved in how exactly you want to handle it.
Okay.
I just
I'll be-
realized. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was finishing. That's good.
We could mush the two things I want if Levi just comes with Bjorn to survey the location of the meeting ahead of time. They can just chat while they're doing that, if that's something Levi would do.
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing that Levi had in mind was continuing to hunt for porn.
I think Bjorn shows up first thing in the morning with a pile of porn that Bjorn has found, with the continued attempt to bribe Levi to leave the ship by just giving him all the stuff that Bjorn finds. Some of this shit was not easy to find. Some of these were in the air ducts. Some of these were in things that I'm not even sure are habitable for humans to be inside of. Parts of the ship that might have filled me up with some gases I'm not really supposed to inhale, but still standing right now. They're all yours if you come with me to check out the scene of our little meeting.
I'm going to add one extra condition.
Yeah.
Teach me your ways. I have yet to find. I've only found 2 fucking books, and they're copies of the same book. I don't even know how we have 2 copies of the same book. Where
You're
are
the
you
one that
finding
bought
all of these? I know. I do not know how it happened. Yet now we have 2 copies of this book called Tusks of Love, which I've never heard of before, but apparently is a big deal. So you tell me how you're finding all of this smut, and also if you're open to relinquishing those items. I mean, I'll still come with you anyway. And then after I come with you, we can go to scope the place out.
Yeah, I do want to try what's on page 15 here real quick.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm glad you were catching what I was
Yeah.
throwing, because that was totally a sex thing.
Catching what you're throwing is one of the ones I found. That was in like
Oh.
an engine compartment. I would think that should have been
Hey,
neutralized.
you found my stash?
Look, I don't know who hid the porn. I think Elior did. So I'm curious why there was one wired into a torpedo. It's weird out there. Anyway, but yeah, let's.
Later asked the crew that stays behind to do it. So Wrigley and Darwin.
Let's get to it, and then let's get to it.
So you're saying I have to expand my search to more dangerous areas?
Oh God.
Okay.
Create a monster.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Yeah. All right. Which position do you want to try first?
I think this one's called Cosmic Death Ray. I see on the next
Ooh.
page why it's called. Okay, yeah.
That's gonna be a pretty high acrobatics roll from both of you.
Wait a minute. That's a 9. So we cut to the next scene, and Bjorn's wearing a brace for the rest of
Yeah, I believe I got a 5.
Levi is
So-
scoping out the
You-
place with somebody else.
with
In a full
not-
body cast.
it's
Do we
I have to, like-
we fast cut to them in Darwin's like clinic, wrapped in blue bandages?
It just Darwin's just like, I guess that's why they call it the death ray. Yeah, you are gonna have to put some practice in on that particular position, but you've got the book now. You guys are going to head out to scope out the area, though.
Yeah, I guess we could bring other folks with us if Click or Elior wanted to check things out. But I'm also happy for just to be the 2 of us.
You go right ahead.
In
Alright.
in game, Elior is exhausted. Out of game, I don't know if this is Ellie or Shtick. So yes, go for it.
I
Okay.
feel like Click was like gotta go, saw it was Levi and Bjorn was like
Back it up.
back it up. Yeah, Homer Simpson in the bushes.
All right. You have the address of 246 Owen Boulevard, with the super convenience of a high-tech society. The GPS will effectively tell you how to get there. It's you taking the moped?
Sure.
And so I guess I'll instead of just putting that on, it would be probably about a half an hour walk from where you are. On the moped, it's probably going to be closer to 10 to 12 minutes.
I think it's fun to take the moped. You know, we should use it while we have it before something happens to it.
Don't say those words, Bjorn. Listen,
This
This
is
is
the
gonna
closest
stay
thing to a
with us
pet
forever.
you guys will ever get.
Except for
Actually,
the
I gave you a
horse.
horse. session 2, I gave you a pet. Never mind.
If you think Garcier belongs to anybody, you are sorely mistaken. That is the goopiest boy.
Also,
So-
Garcier isn't so much a pet as a problem.
That's fair. Not to derail you, but I did also just want to mention for those of us in the room who are Baldur's Gate 3 fans, the last patch dropped, which means every class got a new subclass.
We were
And
looking for
today?
something to play.
And the Bard got College of
A few days ago.
Shut up.
Yes. Bard got College of Glamour, Warlock got Hexblade, Wizard got Blade Singer, Oath of the Crown for Paladin, Swarm Keeper for the Ranger. You can summon bees.
I want Hexblade, Will.
So fun.
Circle of Stars Druid.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's real good. It's real good shit. So just
Surprised that the Warlock didn't already have Hexblade. That's a pretty popular subclass.
you could kind of make it with the Fiend and then do Pact of the Blade, but the Hexblade subclass is so busted that like even a 1 level dip into it will completely break a melee character.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. That just came to my mind.
Oh, no, very serious business.
Okay. You hop on the bitchin' moped and head down the main boulevard, heading out towards the I guess residential district. Both of you go ahead and make perception checks as you weave through traffic here.
In the mighty words of Christina, can it be investigation? No.
What would you? So I was saying perception to see how much of the general surroundings you're picking up. Is there something that you'd like to investigate as you drive there that you could be more focusing on?
Yeah, I think the big thing would be any tails at this point. We've probably drawn the interest of a couple of different groups around town, whether it's the cops, the baddies who put the big gross monster out there, or this shitty old man. So just anyone who seems to be taking a very keen interest in our movements.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. You can roll investigation for that.
That's a 16.
I got a 5. General perception.
Who's driving this bitchin' moped?
That's a good question.
Me?
That makes sense.
Yeah. Right. That's your.
Have you driven it yet, Bjorn?
No, I don't think so.
Do you want to try?
I'm just making tea, and I know where the hot water is. Continue.
Okay. I suppose I can. I haven't driven something exactly like this before.
I mean, it's up to you.
Hell, why
But
not?
I have one very specific rule.
Yes.
If there is another person that is riding on the moped, there's a specific way that you need to hold on, and I only say this for your own safety. And Levi gets on, and he has Bjorn get on, and he takes Bjorn's arms, wraps them around him, and puts Bjorn's hands down his pants.
You do this with everyone?
Only the special guests, but again, this is for your own safety. Just grab the hog and don't let go. Okay.
I can show you the world, shimmering splendor.
Bjorn will comply, but will keep his hands mostly above in a slightly more PG zone in case the cops would get involved. But like he's playing along.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys start your drive. With the 16, you do kind of see there's traffic moves pretty quickly once you get out of the really congested downtown. There's once or twice where you think someone's kind of moving lanes with you all, takes a turn at the same time, but nothing continues past a few blocks or a couple minutes of being tailed. You feel pretty confident that at least right now no one's coming after you. You do see though, as you're driving, there's 4 or 5 times you drive past other people on bikes, mopeds, and usually you're getting just a quick wave. Some do this like fist to the chest when they kind of get near you. As you kind of turn into the residential district, you're about 5 minutes away from the address that you've got. You're on this longer straightaway. People are going real fast. There's a super fast lane and then just a pretty standard one. And how fast would you guys be in the super speedy or just going normal?
You gotta ask when Levi's driving.
Know the answer to that question.
All right, so you're zooming past. You got a couple trucks that you go past, and that's the main reason people go in this. The big shipping containers and trucks all move fairly slowly. They back up. It's like a fucking train there. The smarter drivers will sort of try and move up, go back over, but the amount of lane changing they end up doing, it's not usually worth it. Most people just sort of fly past. This time in the morning, you're a little bit past the rush hour, so there's less cars about, and those that are on there are going real quick. I'd say Bjorn, you're the one that catches it. Levi, you're focusing too much on maintaining where you are and the intricacies of this particular moped. You see 2 different bikers come past you in about a 30-second span, and both of them give a kind of they both tap the top of their heads or helmets.
Oh, I know what that means. I would keep to the speed limit ahead. I know how painful that is, but there's some cops coming up.
Okay, so Levi doesn't catch this, so but he will abide by Bjorn's recommendation and slow down.
All right. About a minute after you say that, Bjorn, you can see there's this big flashy billboard kind of angled showing your lanes, this new enhancement drug, and there's just this complete douchebag looking dude with a grin, every tooth in his mouth, smiling. He's just holding up a pill bottle, and you can just spot, you're looking for it, the front end of a cruiser just parked right behind that. And sure enough, as you go past normal speed, you can see tucked right back in there is a couple actually kind of set up, one to be able to take position right after the next leaves. And again, even about 30 seconds after you pass by on that straightaway, you can hear the sirens go off, and someone that had not heed the warning gets a tail going past them. I'm gonna pick up
See?
on that.
Right there.
I'll actually say for just getting the thing without an explanation, go ahead and take an inspiration point on that.
Woo!
I also forget that those are things, so I have to remember when I remember.
How many
You,
sappy monologues do I have to do to get an
I'm
inspiration?
sorry.
How many times do I have to make myself cry for an inspiration point?
You get an inspiration. You get an inspiration. I know I need to be better. I
You
gotta write
are
a
totally
post-it
fine.
note that says inspiration. Or I guess we're on the Foundry app. I
Pat-
should post a big inspiration tab.
Pat, my character is a base deception and persuasion of 19. I don't need
I
inspiration.
think that's the other thing. I think I am very weary of I was like, this time Ryan's gonna make himself strong enough. Aside from that, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary on your way over. It's kind of a dreary morning here on in Solstice Point. And as you roll up, you can see the address that it points to definitely is a parking garage. Coming up on it, it seems to just be a not a public garage. It's specifically for this building next to it, Hightower Estates. And there's a little booth in the front. You can see a pretty obvious looking droid stationed. Do you do a roll past or do you stop? What's your surveillance look like?
The best kind of surveillance is when no one knows you're surveilling, I suppose. So a convenient roll past. Maybe like a back and forth. Like we do like a little loop around the nearby neighborhood, we come through again.
Got it. All right.
It's Luna!
Hi.
Yay!
Hello, hello, hello.
It's good to see you.
Hi.
Hello.
I've
This-
interrupted your stakeout.
I will say, while it's been a lovely evening so far, interrupting and sides what's the word, non sequiturs is the theme of the evening. So you're right on time.
I'm sorry if that's on me.
It is. I think the energy from at least me too, and I think it's an all of us kind of night.
I'm the one that sprained Bjorn's arm doing the cosmic death ray sex move. I think we're all on the same level.
So you missed a little.
A little.
Like,
Funniest thing is, I can't tell if Lunar currently looks intrigued or deeply disappointed.
I think I know Lunar enough. Lunar is trying to just like assemble the body parts.
No, they're assembled. My problem is I'm not into necrophilia, so when you bring Death Ray in, I'm worried that like if they're not prepared, you're gonna get into that territory.
Maybe that's why I went wrong.
That's a lot of trust to put on Bjorn if he's never. No, Levi if he's never done it. I imagine Bjorn has done that. Anyways.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm just okay. And in this part, you need to kill me. Levi's just like, that's scary. I don't know. I'll come back. It's fine.
They say if you do the ritual right, you come right as the revivify hits. Your soul leaves your body twice.
You still have the rigor mortis going.
oh my god.
You see, back in
My
ancient times,
God.
they used to call orgasms a little death. So,
Love that so much. I would say in terms of surveillance, I think Levi has enough experience where I don't think multiple passes is needed. I think one pass, and then we park the moped, maybe like a handful of houses down, and then look and see if we can scope the place out either firsthand or if we're able to get a good angle at the place from a rooftop or
Ooh, love that.
some other position, either like across the street or something like that.
Okay, I love that. So I will say this. As this is, so you did your stuff to get here. Now that you are in your element here, I will say go ahead and make why the hell not? Go ahead and make investigation checks. And that will be for both your initial drive-by and then the sort of finding the best way to scope out next.
That's a 22.
2. Awesome.
Oh, David, not rolling well today. 9.
9. Okay. And Luna, these gentlemen, after their sexcapades, went to scope out the parking garage where the meeting has been requested for later on.
As you do.
As you do.
No, there's no downtime for cuddling or anything.
No, it's business. This is business. Awesome. You drive past this parking garage for the Hightower Estates. You can spot inside. There's a standard parking booth. It's got the gates on either way. There's a little thing in the middle, and a definite robot droid, probably unified operations model, just hanging out in there. And you can tell not a ton of activity, at least on the ground floor. There's some nice looking cars parked there, but that's about it. As you head down a little bit further, there's a park right around the corner. There's like a couple buildings that sort of block it off, and then a nice area of a few parks. You can probably find some decent street parking there to leave the moped. I will say, with your rolls, Levi, you're kind of having a tough time. There's potentially a few shops on the lower floors of some of these high rises for the people that live there to spend money in and spend time in, that you might be able to get a vantage point in. And there's a fire exit for the garage itself that might be a way to get in without going past the front guard. Bjorn, I'll say you notice there's a couple vantage points you can get to. Obviously there's a couple the high rises themselves. Getting up to the rooftops, you're going to be way too high to really be able to see anything. This garage is only about four floors high, but there is it looks like not a hospital, but some kind of medical building off on the opposite corner, and kind of looks like there's a bit of a height differential. Might be able to see something into that if you're looking for vantage. And you can also see the garage itself is definitely connected completely to this estate building, not just a separate attachment, but seems to be part of the full architecture and just sort of built as a side. Some of the rooms seem to merge into the garage.
The estate building's more practical. I think what's more funny is if we pretend to visit a patient on the top floor of the hospital.
Immediately in. Let's do it. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. We can be visitors. I was immediately thinking we were going to pretend to be doctors. But I think if we were just pretending to visit someone, that would be a lot easier.
I don't look good in a lab coat.
Debatable. Don't talk down to yourself.
All right. You head to the front doors of Solstice Medical Practice. It's kind of a bougier place. Seems to be an inpatient facility for some therapies, rehab. That's the word I was thinking of. As you go in, there's it kind of looks like some gardens were almost made. There's a lot of flora in the entry hall, and a couple fish ponds, and a woman sitting behind a desk. Looks human woman. She's on the phone right now, and kind of will look up as she hears the door open and sees the two of you, and kind of will put an eye to both of you, but keep talking. Doesn't seem to be particularly concerned.
I'll give her like a smiling wave as if I definitely am familiar with the place and know what I'm doing. And I'll walk to the Is there a gift shop on the bottom floor?
Yeah. There's a gift shop off to the left. You can see there's a hallway that continues down, and then
Yeah.
what looks like a little elevator pagoda in the center there.
This will mostly be funny for Ryan. I'm gonna go and get a large teddy bear, with like a big red heart on it, and then just like some flowers, and then get in the elevator with that.
You wouldn't dare.
That's perfect.
Really, just really quickly.
It's not a sex thing.
No, it's not that I'm talking about. Do your medical facilities have gift shops in them normally?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't
Oh yeah.
What?
So
We have to commercialize everything. It's
the
Okay, but we're
Crazy.
paying it through our taxes. When they want to give us gift shops more, why the fuck don't we have gift shops in our hospitals?
oh,
They're really crappy gift shops.
they're not good.
The
No.
thought that counts.
Then
There's
that's why
no
they have
thought.
it, because it's like you go. Someone's like, "Hey, I just had my baby." It's like, "Oh, we're gonna go see Angela. She just had a baby," and you show up at the hospital, and you're empty-handed because they just had a baby. You don't think you need to bring anything, but then you see there's a store and there's a teddy bear, and it says it's holding a little blue heart, and it says it's a boy, and you go, "Oh fuck, was I supposed to bring a present? Of course I was supposed to bring a present. This is maybe the biggest day of their life. I should get something." And they have way overpriced dead flowers, and they have bad teddy bears, and they have candy bars that are other brands that they then printed out some thick paper with the hospital's brand on it and symbol,
yeah.
and they tape it around, and they're like, "This isn't a Reese's, this is a hospital peanut butter cup."
It's bad.
It's bad. They used to sell cigars, but then that stopped happening. But it's like, "Hey, I'm celebrating." And they're like, "Oh, this is a hospital."
Okay,
day. It's
no,
good.
but now I'm even more confused because who goes to the hospital when their friend has just as a child and shows up empty-handed? Why would you go if you're going empty-handed?
Well, because
I've done it once before.
yeah,
Admittedly.
when we met Baby Robin, we brought them paprika grill. That felt pretty good.
That's
Yeah, food is definitely the way to win.
that's what you bring, yeah.
Yeah.
And not from the gift shop. Anyway,
No.
I apologize.
sorry.
That is what happens here. That's useful information for you to have. That's not out of the ordinary in this galaxy because it's an American-based galaxy, apparently. to answer your
no.
question.
Tenebris is living it up, man.
Do your hospitals have like food stuff, like coffee shops and shit?
Like, are there Starbucks in your hospitals? Or Tim
There's
Hortons?
a Starbucks near the hospital.
Not on like the
Not,
second
like,
floor next to
in the
gastrology.
hospital.
No,
Ah.
hospitals are hospitals.
All of
Oh.
ours
They
have
vending
Starbucks in them.
machines.
The OSU one had like a shitty Panera and a shitty Dunkin' Donuts because it was a Midwest Dunkin' Donuts, and I think a shitty Crimson Cup, which was like a local brand that also wasn't good. There was just no good coffee at the hospital.
Yeah, the Beverly Hospital has a Starbucks inside the hospital.
So does Salem Hospital.
Yep.
Well, ours is across the parking lot and then across the street in that building. So shut up.
they're already used to taking all of our money to be there, so they're just figuring the wallets out. We'll like a coffee. That's for me.
The fact that you can't like charge it to a room at this point is like,
Yeah.
make it like a resort.
makes no
Come
sense.
on.
Yeah.
Look, my therapist yesterday was like, I have some good news and bad news. The bad news is here's a $300 bill. The good news is you hit your deductible. And I was like,
So,
let's
yay.
celebrate that. So, you know, American healthcare, it's
Oh.
wonderful.
Anyways, yeah, continue.
So yes, there is one. So you get your lovely bear. You head to the elevators.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think the thing I want to ask Levi, I'm going to ask in the elevator. He's going to raise the bear's hand as if it has a question. Levi, while we're in this elevator that's taking way too long, did you kill that gambler yesterday?
I don't think so.
I remember you said that.
Okay.
That you left him alive. I wasn't sure if that was
left him
for everyone
alive.
or. Yeah.
No, I believe I left him alive. All that being said, I was kind of more focused on getting our money back, and didn't necessarily 100% check to make sure that he was actually okay, because I think he did hit his head pretty hard. But in all honesty, I did actually try to not kill him, so I think that is progress.
Yeah. Do you like killing?
Levi pauses. And he'll kind of regather himself and turn to you and say, I never really thought about it, but yeah, I think I do.
Hmm.
I mean, I've always tried to really focus on killing those that I deem deserve it.
Hmm.
But yeah.
I like the combat. Sorry, go ahead.
When you live a life where the universe kind of doesn't give a shit about you, I think at an early age, it went from survival to feeling like I was maybe in a way getting revenge on a system that didn't help me when I needed it.
That's very insightful. Pretty introspective for a guy that just had me hold his hog all the way to the hospital.
Levi's very surprised. He hasn't really ever thought about that.
No, I want that thing.
And I think after he said that, he kind of gets a little quiet. He won't necessarily say it, but it really wouldn't be that hard to notice that he is looking a little ashamed.
Bjorn will speak up. Goddamn, this is the longest elevator ride been on in a while. There's no shame in it. I've known people of all stripes. It's a dangerous galaxy out there, and you need people who are willing to kill. And I understand that I enjoy a good combat, even if it's to the death. So it's like a dance, you know. If you get some satisfaction out of it, as long as you're aiming it at the right folks, you'll hear no quarrel from me. But I've never much really taken to killing itself. That moment where you see what could have been a friend, could have been an innocent, could have been someone who didn't end up in the gutter, fading in front of you. It's not a good feeling that I particularly enjoy. So the only dictum I'll give you is, and I'm not shaming you here, if you're ever doing something on my behalf, like tracking down that gangster who robbed us, show a little bit of mercy. You can still break some bones, but show a little bit of mercy. Is that all right?
I think I can do that.
But also, don't be ashamed of who you are. Takes all kinds if we're going to keep this ship up and running.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. But I have also acknowledged that my hastiness to deciding to kill someone, I think, can at times cause more problems than solutions.
Maybe part of
Or
it's
at
gonna...
least,
Oh, go ahead.
or at least that is what I had taken from a couple of my interactions with Elior, in that, I don't know, I feel like that part of me is a little bit responsible for some of our more recent interactions going a bit sideways.
We haven't had an easy show of things. I don't blame you, and I don't think Elior does either. And I think if he got down to it, the captain would say it's not always his favorite approach, but he knows someone's got to choose it. And sometimes it's probably good that you choose it before him. Hell, Tenebris yesterday started shooting before the rest of us, and they ended up being pretty damn smart before that weird goop ate us all.
That's fair.
So no one's judging you. But if it's a thing you got to work on, especially if it's part of Spike's appetite that we got to manage, something we can work on together.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of Spike's appetite, but I think it easily became my appetite too.
That's fair. Where does one person begin and the other end, you know?
Yeah.
Ding.
You know, we've been together for so... Oh, okay, yeah. Wow. How much for the therapy session?
You can continue to talk, but the elevator has finished.
Pat, if I need to burn my inspiration, can I just make it so there weren't security cameras with audio on that elevator? I realized as soon as I started having that conversation, I'm like, this isn't private.
Yeah, there was no security cameras in there.
But if we could have a very nervous little man who's too scared to ever report what he heard, who's been standing awkwardly behind us the whole time, I would love that.
I held back so much at a moment where David was having a very nice, like, not speech, but like it's like saying some very nice things, and like part of the little devil on my shoulder was like, have the elevator stop at a random floor and a sick like patient gets in, it's like, is this going against astrology? But I was like, no, let them play.
Or like just out of nowhere they hear like there's some like scared old man in the corner, like that's been there the whole time that we didn't realize.
Oh, you've been there the whole time.
Yeah. The only other thing that Levi will say is, I do think that it is part of who I am, but I do want to try and approach things with a more protective attitude than a destructive attitude.
All right.
That being said, I'm kind of trying to make it my mission to ensure that Elliot is protected as often as possible. And I wanted to talk with Elior, but also talk with you and some other members of the crew about trying to find ways that we can help him with his empathic abilities.
Oh.
Because I don't notice much, but I have noticed that it's something that I think has taken a toll on him already. And with his consent, if we can find some way to, at the very least, give him some moments of peace, hopefully that will help. I just don't know where to start.
Well, that's a good idea. But right now, and Bjorn will step out of the elevator. I'm so glad we got this chance to come and visit. I think they're down this way.
So
And he starts running forward towards whatever set of rooms would have a good view of their target.
So the top floor here is pretty quiet. It seems like there are a couple rooms, but it's mostly there's like activity centers up here. There's a library set up here, but a couple people that have been longer term are all the way up here. You do see one person looks like a nurse. He'll definitely gotta give you an eye. Oh, can I help you with anything?
Yes, we're here to see a patient. I think they're in Bjornal list, whatever kind of like room number would probably like a guess of what room number would accord to like a good view. I think they're around A360.
Oh, got it. All right. Well, let us know if you need anything. All right.
I so appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Sure thing. Can you roll either a performance or a deception check?
Happy to.
you choose.
I'll be using the inspiration. I forget. Inspiration lets you roll again.
Yeah, inspiration is effectively
Okay.
advantage, and you can do it. I think for my rules, you can do it after the fact. You can roll and then say, "I'm going to use inspiration." Actually.
Okay, that got me a 14 instead of a 8. So.
Okay. He definitely kind of will watch as you go down the hallway. I'll say with a 14, you were able to discern through maps and signage the correct direction to go, and we're able to name a room that is going to suit your purpose. And as you watch you go, you kind of take the right turns. You don't hear anything kind of following up on you.
Gotcha.
As you head down the hallway, you can see the room that you specified. The door itself is closed. It's got a sign on it for a patient, Albert Jefferson. There's a couple other doors on this hallway though that also have that pretty much the same view. One's just it just says study, and then the other is the library.
Well, although it'd be funny to barge in on Albert Jefferson, I think Bjorn will start in. Is the study like public? Is it just like a place with like tables and chairs?
Yeah, yeah. Studies. It's just a. It's got a desk, couple chairs in it, a nice place to relax in. It's got a pretty big picture window, some blinds in it.
Bjorn will
Okay.
scoot over to a table facing the window, and he'll try to put on a air as if he's like concerned about a patient and not ready to face them, kind of like a oh, but really he's just staring out the window, trying to get a sense of the scene.
All right.
Levi will watch the door. And he'll just say, I'm gonna watch the door, but if anyone tries to come in, just follow my lead so we don't get cut.
All right, just remember, we have a pretty good alibi running right now. We're just two friends coming to see a sick Al or somebody else. I don't know.
Go ahead and make a perception check to check out the window.
15, not bad.
Not bad. So you have a pretty decent view of the parking garage from here. The top of it is actually mostly full, and while it's tough to see specific models and makes, most of these cars look pretty nice. Luxury cars, not sports cars necessarily, but things you'd expect people with a high status to be getting around in more than their weekend adventure. You can also see, at least on the top floor, there is a direct hallway that leads from the top level of this into the Hightower Estates. With your role, I'll say you, at least from what you can see, you can see the entire outside area. You can see where the doors meet into the building. There doesn't seem to be any guard booth here like there was elsewhere. The doors are glass. There might be a security card panel next to it. It's tough to tell if that's what that is. Maybe some other kind of thing, but it definitely is in a place where people might be tagging something. How long do you hang out here?
I think just a few minutes. If there isn't any clear movement, if there's nothing like suspicious looking, what Bjorn's jotting down is like they're probably gonna come from that hallway. If it's a glass door, it'll be hard to hide that there's like other mooks at least right there. And with luxury cars around, this isn't a place where like if something goes south, it's gonna draw a lot of attention. So if nothing sus is happening, Bjorn's got what he's needed. This isn't an obvious trap because if old man McGee gets violent, it's going to be a problem for everyone involved. So if nothing else happens, Bjorn's like, I got what I need. I'm good to go.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. In just a couple minutes, you don't see anything. I'll say the most you see, one car drives into the garage, but must stop on a floor inside. Doesn't make it up top.
Gotcha. I assume there's no. The one thing I think I was curious otherwise is probably anyone could snipe onto the balcony because it's just open to the air, right?
Yeah, it's wide open, and
Okay.
You're on probably the second shortest building around.
Okay. Duly noted. But yeah, I think that's all I needed.
All right. Cool.
I'm good.
Levi, any other notes or wants?
No, I think if he was going to stay any longer, I was going to check and see like what the camera situation was in this room. But if there doesn't seem to be too much movement outside, then I don't think it's really necessary.
Gotcha. Yeah, overall this place doesn't seem to have the highest security. All right. Back at the ship, what's our lovely crew doing?
In our world, when we want to write something, do we have like tablets? Do we have a like holographic keyboards? Like, what does one use?
There's all sorts of mediums. Yeah, there are tablets that are pretty good for writing, that are connected to your computers. There's paper and journals if you are a paper type of person. There are there probably are ways to get sort of a holographic setup, but at least right now the Ethereal Arc isn't equipped with that.
I wanted to amend what Elior was doing. He was writing something down feverishly on a tablet with a lot of like erasing and going back. Very SpongeBob in that moment of like, afterwards.
Yeah.
Other than that, David, you weren't here last week. So one thing that Levi would have maybe noticed, you can decide this, but could feed into what you just said to Bjorn, that I realized we didn't mention was by the end of your time in the bar, Elior looked pretty wiped out and tired, and when you got back to the ship, he seemed to go back to normal.
Okay. Noted.
I'm otherwise alone. If anyone wants to speak with the captain, they certainly can. But I am waiting for the crew to be ready to go to parking garage.
Yeah, I think Click's probably just like putzing around. If anybody's around, she'll like bring your project over to them and annoy them at some point.
Tenebris is probably
She doesn't like to work alone.
out by the ducks being annoyed by Click.
Yeah! Okay, cool. Alright, cool.
I'm definitely just like looking at the ducks like, you understand this, right? And the ducks are like, quack.
I do think that Elior at one point will ensure that both of them have eaten food and will tell Pepper to bring them lunch if Click and Tenebris have not eaten yet, because he knows both of them can get distracted by the things they're fascinated by.
Like
What
ducks
do you
and projects.
I imagine Click Pepper will bring you a little lunch pack filled with one sandwich that she insists on having fresh ingredients, and then a bunch of packs of your favorite snacks and different things to go. I stopped by the convenience store. There's at least 3 or 4 should be interesting new snacks. One of them just looks like spicy rice cakes, but I figured I'd let you have the spicy shrimp cake. Sorry, but I figured I'd let you have the first taste.
They have spicy ones.
But don't y'all fill up on these snacks. All right, we're gonna have a nice dinner later on. Okay.
Yes, Mama.
And she'll head out to the duck pond, and from about 15 feet away, go, Miss Tenebris.
I am seated. Has Click not brought their project to pester me?
Oh yeah, you are together, aren't you? I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So she walks backwards about 15
she
feet.
probably does step away.
I was like, wait, did she just bring me food? And she
probably-
just leaves Tenebris to rot over here?
she probably does.
Comes back about 15 feet away and then decides.
So I'm sorry. She probably does still step away a little bit. And go, I'm gonna be honest, I don't quite have a vibe for what your favorite sort of meal is yet. I did bring a duplicate pack to what I made for Click here, but I don't know if you are a fan of processed foods, if a salad would be better, or if there's something I could
You're
maybe
gonna
arrange.
love our preservatives.
Across time and space,
thought you were-
Tenebris and Azra mind meld, and they're like, preservatives?
Wait until you try these, and she's just gonna like Before she remembers the whole vibe of Tenebris, she gets really excited about snacks and just like holds one in front of you, and then she like backs up a little bit. She's like, "Oh, sorry. Do you want one?"
I would love a lunch bag. And I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna walk over to I've forgotten her name. Pepper. And I'm gonna take it. And then go sit back down.
Alright.
And now I'm
Uh,
gonna have my lunch box.
Already gone.
And Tenebris absolutely eats it like a toddler. I'm picking all of the things out of the sandwich and eating them individually and then eating the 2 pieces of bread.
My kids lately have started just eating sandwiches one piece at a time. So like taking one piece of bread and then eating that, and then like taking one piece of ham and then eating that, just to make it the messiest as possible.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Cool.
What do you
That's
normally
definitely-
eat when you're at home, wherever that is before now? Like, what's your like favorite thing to eat? Surely it can't be sandwiches and shrimp bits.
I have never considered a favorite food. We just ate what we were given.
What?
But
So you've never eaten for just like the pure enjoyment of the amazing taste of food?
I have not. I have started since joining this ship, and it is a pastime I would like to continue. Would like to continue. She just like shoves a handful of crackers in her mouth.
Apparently there's new flavors in the kitchen. Do you want to go try some?
I would love that.
I'm gonna grab your hand and just start dragging you with our little lunch boxes in my project.
Tenebris is like trying to scramble, take the packaging so the ducks can't eat it, and is actively being dragged. I'm not resisting, but I'm not helping either.
All right. Elior, Quinn will reach out to you. You go. So Captain,
Oh,
there's a bit of a snag. There is a physical docking required to change ownership of a vessel. So it doesn't have to be your home port, but you do need to go to a registered Galactic Port Authority station or planet-side port.
I don't see what the problem would be with that.
Well, so the reason for that, there's an inspection that they do,
Oh,
and they require proof of ownership, either a bill of sale, a previous registry ID, or what they refer to as a salvage rights affidavit.
I don't. Captain Nightshade didn't leave any of those behind for me, did she?
So that is where I'm saying there's a slight problem. So, the ship is registered to Captain Nightshade, and she did leave a verbal will with me. Now, as long as I'm proven to not have been tampered with, which is fairly easy, as a captain of a ship, she should be able to make a legal testament kind of on her own. But then, well, there's the bit of the situation with her father, and he's bringing the legitimacy of her registration into question.
But the ship is registered to her.
Currently, yes.
Out of character, I haven't figured out your dad's designation. Is he Lieutenant Nightshade, General Nightshade.
Lieutenant Nightshade
That's what I thought.
of the Aether Defense Force.
Okay. So Lieutenant Nightshade has questioned the registration on this ship, but has been unable to change it from Captain Nightshade's.
Because she's not listed as dead yet.
But if he were to find out that she died, he might use it as an opportunity to reclaim what he thinks is his. Click
That-
meant something about this earlier.
That's certainly possible.
What would the mechanism be for us to stand against him?
Well, the straightforward option is a legal battle. I wouldn't advise again. No, I would advise against that. There we go. I'm not gonna bring the legitimacy of Captain Nightshade's ownership into question. She definitively made this ship Graham. How those funds came into her possession, well, that's where the question lies, and why it has yet to be seized and the registration pulled. But I don't think going down those paths is a good idea, because they will definitely know that the captain's dead then, and that might set things off and at least impound the ship while the investigation is being made.
Oh dear. Elior's going to put down his pad and start pacing around the room.
So, other options, and this is just a brainstorm.
He pulls out a mitten he's working on from his bag as he's walking back and forth and is just violently knitting around.
I've chosen not to order these in any order of probability to avoid additional anxiety. Option 1, kill Lieutenant Nightshade. That seems tough. Option 2, redesign the ship and call it something else. Register it as a new vessel. Option 3, become a pirate vessel and move forward without registration.
So my options, if I'm hearing you correctly, are to murder, commit fraud, or commit more fraud.
I actually have a fourth option. Have one of your crew impersonate Captain Nightshade and continue to keep the ship registered under her name. And I do see what I know what you're gonna say. That is more fraud.
That might in fact be the most fraud.
That's the most fraud. If we're rating
No.
fraud from least fraud to most fraud, that is the most fraud.
Episode
Okay,
name.
no,
That's it. The most fraud.
The most fraud.
But who would we dress up as Nightshade though?
I'm Captain Nightshade.
I was gonna say Garfnir, but you
No, I take an insult to that. I make hot characters. My
No, you
characters
did.
do not look like horses.
You did. It's bold of you to assume
I
he's
don't
not
make the
very
wigs.
attractive.
Fuckable horse.
Sexiest horse, yeah.
The canonically, the Fae gave me a normal looking horse.
I
It
thought
just
it
has too many legs.
um,
It
Yeah.
has the correct amount of Fae horse legs.
but not enough. Again,
He's on the good looking side though. He's
Can we stop discussing the fuckability of my horse? I respect all of your decisions. Do not fuck my horse. I am taking ownership of this horse now. Do not fuck my horse.
Ordering a Loki status.
I say nay. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
yeah, I didn't realize that
Incredible.
one of the porn books was Equus, even though that's not one.
50
Ken
Shades
Ruckliff's
of
just naked
May.
in that. He doesn't do it with a horse, right? He just wants to be naked. with
Rides
horses.
naked. He's
Yeah,
very
There's
much.
a very intimate scene.
Honey, he really likes
He
horses.
really likes them.
Oh, I thought he was doing like a Lady Godiva thing. Okay.
No. He like doesn't fuck the horse, but he does everything short of fuck the horse.
Okay.
And that's not what they're doing in Fourth Wing, right? They're just dragon riders that also fuck. There's not
No,
there's
they
not
just bang
tension
each
with the
other. They
dragon.
don't bang the dragon.
They're the dragons
Right.
bang.
They just
So the
bang
dragons
other
fuck the
humans.
dragons, and then
Or
the
the
humans fuck the
The
humans.
dragons do fuck the dragons, though.
Do that?
Okay.
Does
You
that
don't
get
see that
steep?
part.
Okay.
You don't see that part.
I was gonna say because I feel like if someone explains how the dragons fuck,
No,
Like
you
is
don't-
Fourth
you don't
Wing
see
like
that.
third leg, kind of like.
What
I'm
are we
sorry.
talking about?
I'm sorry. Smut books in the real world, and
yeah.
for us, that we blended realities.
So, so back to Quinn. Quinn, you said earlier that the legitimacy of the purchase, the Captain Nightshade might not have gotten the funds in a legitimate way. Is there something you're not telling me?
I will say I don't have the full story. Captain Nightshade was not a dishonest person, but she didn't like to share details that people didn't need to know. From what I've put together, there was an inheritance with an expectation of following in her family's footsteps. As you can imagine, being a smuggler with a tree ship is maybe not the intended footsteps of a lieutenant of a galactic defense force.
I was taking a year off.
Yeah. Is there a legally binding document saying that Captain Nightshade had to abide by a set of behaviors and rules in order to get her inheritance?
That's what the lieutenant is claiming, but it's not something I've seen.
So there's a possible contract, but we don't know for sure.
What I know is that Lyra met the conditions to earn the money and proceeded to spend about 100,000 credits on building a ship instead of starting her life in the military.
No, this is interesting. Elior now is actually slowing down a little bit as he knits. You see him take a breath. He pulls out, I'm hoping Ben is listening. He picks up his tea that he prestidigitates hot. It's Earl Grey. Hot.
Mm-hmm.
And he stops and he goes, No, I think we can do this. Thank you, Quinn. I think I know what we need to do.
Kill
Sure
the
thing.
captain. Not the captain, the lieutenant.
And Elior is going to sit back down and start scribbling feverishly onto his pad again. I didn't want to assume that Quinn would just not ask follow-up, but I assume Quinn's a computer and doesn't really care. So
Yeah, I mean, definitely the emotions of Quinn isn't a fully I don't ever get these words correct. Quinn is sentient but not sapient. Am I doing that? So like it is all there as a person. It learns things, doesn't feel things, or is programmed to be nice and care about you as the crew. But yeah, you stop talking about what you're talking about, it's not dying to know the gossip of what you're thinking.
sure. All right.
Graham, on the other hand, is silently stewing. It's like, oh, honey, I need to know. Sorry.
I mean,
She
you
is
you
dumb.
could have. I'm just trying as Ryan not to drag the scene out, but if you want me to explain my thinking now, I can. Okay.
But I'll say so. You are welcome to continue if you want. But that's probably around when Levi and Bjorn, unless you have another pit stop you'd like to do on your stakeout, would be returning back to the ship.
I don't think there's any other location we could go to that's come up, so I think that's it.
Very quickly, then, before we change topics, Lunar doesn't remember. If they were to go find Captain Nightshade, she would be like fossilized in a shipping container somewhere? Or did all of that get blown to pieces
Blown to
by
pieces.
the trash idiots?
So everything that you would know
Yeah.
witnessed is that ship was obliterated into debris, and then
Okay.
that debris was vacuumed up by a dumpster ship. And however the trash conglomerate deals with their trash, they sweep up space debris and make something out of it, probably
Okay.
dense cubes and elements.
Thank you.
Also, really quickly, completely unassociated, but like sessions ago, Ryan, for some reason either I said it or maybe we didn't find it. We had said that prestidigitation didn't change flavors. It does change flavors, and I really remember it changing flavors, but then for some reason I didn't see it, and I remember that being like, oh, I guess it just heats and colds. It doesn't change flavor, but it does. So anytime you'd like to do that, you're good to go.
Oh, okay.
It was bothering me. I had to look it up.
When did I want to change flavors on something?
Someone had,
I think.
yeah, it was someone's tea or someone had something they had to eat. I'll remember it in my sleep tomorrow, but
Oh yes, because I thought it was thaumaturgy that did that.
that's it. Okay.
Okay, so yes, prestidigitation, one of the best cantrips in the game. That's fine. Yeah, just to make sure that I understood that scene correctly, Pat, because I do think Ryan/Elior knows what he wants to do. So Lieutenant Nightshade claims there is legal documentation putting the money that went into the ship, like he has proof that he would effectively own it. And he would claim that the reason it is his is because Lyra did not follow through with her end of the inheritance. But what is unclear is how ironclad that contract is, or if this is just him being a biased prick.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she paid about $100,000, 100,000 credits to get it built.
Yeah, the cost for the ship frame, raising Graham, installing Quinn, and the basic defenses was just about 100,000 credits.
I should never have told you I wanted a courtroom episode. Never should.
You did it to yourself, really.
I guess I gotta play some Ace Attorney games.
No.
Oh my god, yes, they're so good.
There's a very famous Star Trek episode called Measure of a Man, and I told Pat at one point early on that I wanted a courtroom drama episode in the spirit of that episode. And I now see, I think I might know where that's going.
just threads.
At this point, we just need to have people over to watch like the Star Trek episodes that specifically inspired you, Ryan.
Love to do a little mini screening of Star Trek, because if nothing else, it's just a hug. Like the older Star Treks, there's problems with them, but like most of the time, you just sort of feel like you're with friends.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I've never watched Star Trek.
I hadn't either, and then Ben started showing it to me, and I got it. I understood it. Like
I know various things because my dad is a really big fan. So like, I know 7 of 9 because she used to stand behind the door into the movie room because my dad had a life-size cutout of her.
Oh, of course.
Which is legitimately like so left field from this man. It just every time you walk to the room, you're like, I'm half startled by you, half startled by the fact that you're here.
Yeah. The line just a moment ago of the hot Earl Grey, Captain Picard of the Enterprise's go-to drink was Earl Grey hot, which he'd order out of the what are they called?
Replicator.
Replicator. So.
Also, Pat, I'm finding you a video of the Ace Attorney case, the very specific case that I'd like incorporated. If we can.
Oh, genuinely highly recommend Ace Attorney. Great series.
They're so good, but there's one in particular that you're gonna watch.
Yeah.
Bought the first 3 games like 4 days ago or so.
This case is not gonna be from the first 3 games. It's
later.
Yeah. No,
I was telling David one night, Lunar, that the case at the end of the second game is still one of my favorites because it's just so tense.
I get the orders messed up because the first game is Game Boy Advance and I always forget about it.
Oh, okay.
Who's the last case?
I don't remember who the last case is, but I will say you have to stall for time.
Do you remember who the defendant is?
No. I know the plot, but I don't remember who the defendant is. I'll find it and send it to you.
I'll look it up. It's okay. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Was it the ghost channeling one?
No. I don't want to spoil it. It's a very good case.
I think that's the third game.
Third game. Gotcha.
And not the second game. But I get them mixed up. I've already gotten them mixed up.
All right. I think we can assemble in the dining hall or the bridge when people are ready to go.
I'm in the kitchen with Click.
Mm-hmm. We're still there trying stuff.
We're halfway there. My digestive system is going to be living on a prayer, but that's okay.
If anybody read the second Becky Chambers book, we're having a pepper moment. We're having a pepper moment in the kitchen.
I love it.
Bjorn will walk in with Levi, and as he gets to the door, he'll stop for a second. He'll look at the door frame. He'll tap it once, and a hidden compartment will pop out. 2 tentacles.
You motherfucker.
Walking in circles. You take this one, honey. I'm fine.
Leonora's going to run over to Click and Tenebris and go, "Hi, Click. I don't want to be presumptuous about your current performance in the Porn Hunt game, but I think I'm going to need your help with guns because I don't actually know what's a really cool gun, and I think we're going to need it sooner rather than later."
Okay. You want me to build you something, or?
Oh, that would be great. We can talk later after we get back from the ocean or the next day.
Cool. All right. Sounds good.
Great. Thank you. Oh, also, we should talk later. I made some headway on the conversation we had last time.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. Turn to Tenebris. I totally forgot what he was talking about.
I lean down to Click and say, "I think he forgot I was there."
Here, try this one. It's really good.
I like this one. It is my favorite thus far.
I'm thinking of the one about.
Have you tried paprika?
Lieutenant Nightshade that we had the other day. But...
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
Christina knows. Click is food.
Oh, sure. As Elior leaves, he would like to find what are these, Pat? Like what are the snacks that they're eating?
They're just local convenience store snacks, like similar to like if you ordered a package of a bunch of Japanese vending machine snacks. It's like, whoa, they got shrimp puffs, they got what is this? Paprika rice cracker. Like that's paprika snacks are big in Germany. So like pretty much just this planet's version of what these people snack on is I won't speak for her, but one of Click's main character traits is trying new things at every planet stop.
Oh, I see. Is there something that is kind of like a salt and vinegar chip?
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah,
a salt and
they're
vinegar chip.
they look almost like rigatoni tubes, but they're
Oh,
deep
wow.
fried. And they have like a dual layer. Of the outside is a little bit saltier, the inside is a little bit more vinegary. You crunch down a little nice airy kind of pocket. People love them here. They have a one that comes stuffed with a little fish thing too. Smells a little too weird for um, Pepper's preference to buy.
I see. Elior is going to eat it, and you do, if you're watching him, see him go, like make a foodgasm face and walk into the next room. Hi, goes to Bjorn and Levi. Any updates?
Yeah, the price of teddy bears on this planet is just absurd. No, you're probably asking about our stakeout. And Bjorn will just kind of convey what he heard, what he saw rather, which is, I mean, it's open, so sniper attacks, anything like that is very possible, but does not read as the kind of spot where you would furtively try to take someone out. It's a little bit too hoity-toity for that. And it's public enough that it should be relatively easy to see if anyone's coming our way.
That's good. That's good. And he may be
That'd still
genuine.
be a good idea to make sure that we have someone watching lines of sight, though, while we're there.
Yeah, Pat, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't sense last night he had any ill intention toward us. But who knows what happened between last night and this morning. I'm happy to play it safe.
Sounds smart to me.
Thank you both, Elior will say. I really appreciate it.
No problem. We had a good time helping
Yeah,
out.
we did.
Oh God, please tell me it didn't involve the teddy bear. Elior feels the wave of whatever he just got.
No, Jesus
Didn't.
Christ.
I'm not here to judge. It's just I really like to do amigurumi in my spare time, and I don't want
Did I say Jesus Christ? Sorry, I meant no. Chris Burbier. I forget the other gods besides the one I put in there.
I'm the worst at making Catholic references in a post-galactic world.
All right. Elior will call everybody to the dining hall when they're done with their snacks. They can bring their snacks, obviously, but I want to make sure we have a crew. We have 2 high priority items today. The first is to talk to the mob leader. Well, former mob leader. Or mob member, unclear. My plan is to see if we can get a little more information about the planet we're on, because I want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to not get in trouble. And if there's anything we can do to ensure our safety against his former gang, I wouldn't mind pursuing it. Later on, we have a trip under the ocean, which I think would be good for continuing to make bonds with local merchants. And because it sounds so cool. And I just really need to see it. Any objections before we proceed?
No, Captain.
This might be a dumb question. And it may already have been talked about, because so I didn't pay much attention to things recently. How are we getting down there?
We're gonna out of character. We're gonna teleport with the merchant at 5:15.
Gotcha.
Or
Cool.
earlier.
Or earlier. You would have been there for that conversation, so I didn't want to.
Heck.
That was last session where we reaffirmed that, so.
Yeah. We do have a strict time limit, though. I have one other thing I have to tell you all before we go. I learned a little bit more about the circumstances for how Captain Nightshade got the ship. And I have an idea. I'll have to think about it. but it would be in our best interest to maintain a bit of a low profile until we can hammer out the details. We already have really precious cargo, and I trust you all. And I know that sometimes violence is unavoidable, but I ask that until we leave this planet, we do everything we can to ensure that we only resort to violence unless it's necessary. Because I know it's necessary sometimes, but I have good reason to ask.
If it is not sentient, do the rules still apply?
No.
As the goop was not.
Oh, no, that was acceptable.
But-
Elior, oh, go ahead.
But people are to be not violenced.
Right, the sapiens.
If possible, sometimes self-defense has to happen. Elior is going to look very intentionally at Levi and Bjorn as he says this next one, and I am trying to convey a deep sense of trust in this sentiment. I trust you to tell me when we need to attack.
All right.
Levi will look into Elior's eyes a moment and then look away.
I really appreciate you both, Elior will say in response to that. All right, we have our marching orders. I think we head for the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
How have you Jenga'd all of us onto this bitchin' moped, Pat?
I was just about to ask that of you all, actually, of how is it that you are choosing to travel here with your limited current mobility? There's public transportation. There are Lyft services. Lots of opportunities to get brought there. Just curious if you're trying to all fit on one moped
I have
or
a Beetle that I'm sure can probably fit at least one other person.
One, I think we all need to Jenga ourselves onto this moped
Mm-hmm.
because comedy's sake. Two, Tenebris has experience on other planets using public transport and would more than happily go behind to follow in the back if you wanted. But Lunar would prefer that we Jenga ourselves onto this.
I am game to try.
Oh, I'm happy to try.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what its like towing capacity is, but if we can have some people on the moped and then some people like hitching onto it in some capacity.
With what?
I put that in the wrong chat. 1 second. We can
Oh.
do this.
Earth, yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
That guy up front's kind of doing the cosmic death ray, so Bjorn will go there.
I don't know why in my
I-
brain there's a side.
He is kind of doing the cosmic death ray.
How is he not in grave danger? I mean, he is in grave danger, I guess.
He is.
Honestly, we should do like the ones in the back where someone has to be an angel bird.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was like,
I like
I
that.
think if we have Levi driving it, and then
Definitely getting arrested if we do this, guys.
and then Bjorn behind him, because then we can have the string, and Click can ride on Beetle, and it's sort of a little further back, but can do the angel thing.
Yeah.
And then Elior can sit on either Bjorn or Levi's shoulders, and I'll sit. Actually, if he could sit on Levi's shoulders, then I can sit on Bjorn's shoulders and also ensure Elior is gonna not fall back into oncoming traffic.
Look at that.
Take that.
Jenga.
I've just said that Tenebris won't be our angel because I think that'd be very fun.
It would be so hilarious, but it's so much more mental work to try and not have Click do it, and I don't have the brain capacity. I really don't. If someone else can figure it out, I'm happy to angel.
So, let's call this a group acrobatics check. We are looking for no more than, or I'll say we're looking for. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 realistically of you. I'm assuming Sud will be.
I'm
will be
holding Sud.
brought.
It doesn't matter if I'm angel or not.
You're
I'm either
balancing
holding Sud
Sud
here
on your
or
nose.
Sud is like out front if I'm angel.
Okay, so there's I will say with the Sud condition and his size, I'll say there are 5 of you, so we're looking for 3 successes here.
Okay.
So everyone go ahead and roll an acrobatics check. You are looking to get
Piss.
at least, that's not too bad. A 12 is what you're looking to achieve for a
A
success.
19.
19.
21.
Yay!
Woo! Glad you guys got it.
We have three successes and 2 failures.
Yeah.
So you all, this moped is living up to its name. You find through some trial and error, you cannot all get on before it is moving. Similar to how a bicycle itself, you can't sit on a bike and put your feet on it and not move. You will fall. But if you put some movement to it, you are able to find a way after a little bit of work where the 2 people start on it and one person hops up as it moves a little, someone else comes up on the side and holding Sud, and you're able to start your movement through the streets. You get some eyes, and I will say probably not moving quite as fast. Levi and Bjorn, who took this trip mere hours earlier, you find this will take you probably an extra, call it
Twice
10
as
minutes
long.
to get to your destination. But having scoped it out before, you can tell when you're just about a block away. And you can see the garage coming up on the street ahead of you. What is the plan of attack? What as the garage is here? Tell me what you do. What's going on?
I think Elior would request that Levi and Bjorn flank him at the front. Click is very strong. Yes, your kit is broken, my dear.
I have a -1 strength.
But like powerful. But I'm trying to think of. I'd probably defer to Tenebris and Click on where they want to be. But he will ask Bjorn and Levi because he needs muscle.
Let me at him, coach.
I will take the back.
Elior will nod. And we will go in with Tenebris in the rear, and then maybe Click kind of in the middle, and then Bjorn like a cross formation.
All right.
But not in like a religious way, in like a,
We already did the Sweet Angel, so you know.
right.
We could keep with the theme.
Sure.
And sorry, you're heading just into the front entrance here.
If there's a side door, we'll probably take that.
So that you did notice the side door, it looked like a fire exit. As you get to it, here as your formation, you will find that it's locked.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
I don't- I suppose it wouldn't be that bad to use the front door.
I don't have. I'm proficient with thieves' tools, but I don't have thieves' tools.
Did he give us a password or something? I don't remember.
Can we like knock or something?
On the fire door, you probably won't get a reaction from a knock.
I don't have proficiency in sleight of hand, so I don't have thieves' tools.
Oh, I mean, I probably do. Let me confirm that though.
Do you have these tools on you? Because I'm proficient with them.
I have a +9 to sleight of hand, and I have these tools.
Oh, then fuck me. You go ahead and you do that.
But this is a hoity-toity.
Do we just want to walk in?
I think if we are trying to keep a low profile, it would be best to take the unlocked doors.
Yeah.
With the
I
locked
For
doors,
now.
so much more fun.
At the very least, until we happen.
Until we happen. All right, cool.
Elior will start to usher us toward the front door unless anyone has any objections.
Let's go happen.
No, I think that's good.
Okay.
Go happen now.
You head over to the front area. You can see where the barriers for cars are, and there's still a droid sitting in that center booth, and you can see they'll kind of turn to you. Real similar to that kind of like iRobot movie feel of humanoid face, but very clearly kind of latex-esque silicone skin. Only the front of the face is actually done up in any sort of prosthetic. The back is very clearly kind of a metallic situation. But real fluid movement and everything, and they'll kind of look over to you. Good afternoon. Hi. Welcome to the Hightower Estates garage. Do you have a car here, or are you a guest?
We're meeting a friend of theirs at their car for a trip.
Oh, got it. You don't happen to have a name, do you?
I'm thinking.
Elior would know the name Jameson Quinn.
Thank you.
Is what was shared with you.
Jameson Quinn.
Got it. Just a second. Let me check it out. And they'll kind of move over to a terminal. Mr. Quinn, yeah, he doesn't note he was waiting for any guests. Would it be okay if I reached out to him?
Absolutely. He is expecting us.
Of course. Just a minute. Touch him. Hi, Mr. Quinn. You've got some guests down at the garage. Oh, sure thing. Sorry to bother you. You too, sir. Kind of wait for a second. Yeah, he's expecting you. I suppose, would you like me to show you to his car?
I think we'll be okay with directions.
Sure. Parking level 4. That's going to be one just under the rooftop. He's going to be in spot 57.
Thank you very much.
Of course. If you need any help, let me know. I'm Emil.
Thank you, Emil.
You're
Your
a
service-
whole meal. Sorry.
Yep. Your service is greatly appreciated.
Oh, thank you very much.
Like,
No.
is that are you made of food? I don't understand.
Emil, Eleanor saying as he walks. Emil, not a meal. Emil.
Oh.
It's okay.
Okay.
Have a lovely day, Emil.
I'm gonna die now.
Tell me how you really feel. Jesus.
You make your way up to the 4th floor, and you can see it's pretty sparse here. You can see there is a couple cars. There's kind of a garage door at the front of each, kind of blocking each as their own separate space, but you're able to get up through the elevator. And while we probably don't really need it at this time, those of you who are on Foundry can see there's kind of a garage setup. There's 4 or 5 cars settled about. You can see some of them are on the nicer side, not quite the very nice luxury style that are sitting up at the top, but there's some that you can see that that definitely were more expensive. And you hear some noise kind of coming from the far side of the garage. You can hear doors opening where it connects with the building, and around a corner, this older gentleman will kind of hobble out. He seems still pretty worse for wear. He's using a cane to move, and he'll come out from around this area in the back here, kind of where cars would be expected to come out. Spot you all. Oh. Well, I must say I wasn't really expecting you all to show. Got me surprised.
What's he feeling, Pat?
Trepidatious. He is he's a little concerned by your persistence and threads of some fear, healthy fear. Kind of keeping his distance still. Like, sorry to ask you to such a remote spot.
No, I'm sorry, Jameson. I didn't mean to cause any concern.
As far as my family is concerned, I am not. I've been retired for some time.
You said yesterday that you were meeting a contact. Are you still involved?
I have an addiction to that life. When you feel the power of an artifact in your hands, the possibilities, there's trillions of life forms in this galaxy. None of us are ever going to make any difference. Probably. But a few. Somehow, every generation has their names. They do something. They make a statement. They make a mark. And when you feel that power, sometimes you feel like you could be one of them. So I'm still in it for that. The rush. And this, he kind of taps the tattoo that you had spied, sort of connecting him to any of this. This sort of demands it.
Are you under obligation to help the gang?
Not the collective in of itself, but the Nautilus is very demanding.
So if they were to come calling, you'd have to do what they asked.
He seems to consider something for a second.
If Lunar is correct, did he just specify Nautilus separate to the collective? Okay, thank you.
Cannabis absolutely did catch that.
Lunar's weed hit at the same time and was like, I need to know whether I made that up or not, so thank you. Because I would have. That would have been so cool. It is so cool.
He
This may be. I'm sorry, Pat. Go ahead.
no, please go ahead.
This may be a dumb question, Mr. Quinn, but do you have any enemies currently? Anyone that you know that would wish you harm?
Yes. That's sorry. I don't mean. I do not. I'm not trying to make you feel belittled. That's not my intention. I have.
I don't know what that word means.
that makes me feel better on that. I did not mean any ill will by my laugh. I have very many. There are quite a few folks in this galaxy who would like for me to meet my demise. Some of whom I have an acquaintance of, many of whom merely know of me. And that feels like a particularly dangerous position to be in. It's one of the reasons I got out of the position I was in.
But you said you're not free of that the Nautilus makes demands of you still?
They do.
Do they come here?
They are here. He hesitates for a second, and then we'll step forward more. He was kind of like slowly kind of moving, a little closer. He kind of hover by the car. He'll kind of step in the middle. And hesitating a bit, he's able to stand without using his cane and kind of put his hands up. Goes, I would appreciate it if you all, or one of you, would come this way. Make the grouping a little tighter. I would like to show you what it is I'm speaking of. And I'm not trying to lure you. I understand this is an odd request, but my strength is failing me since last night.
Bjorn will turn to Ellie or Levi and says, "Don't ask why. This has to be me."
Tenebris has already stepped forward. And
10?
then turns to Bjorn and says, "Do you have an exit, should you need it?" For I do.
I believe I do. Yes.
Tenebris goes back to the back of the group then.
Do I sense ill play here, Pat? You can have me roll insight if that's
Yeah, I had the last one go against your insight that you shared, but I'll say for this one, go ahead and roll insight on this.
oof.
Levi's gonna keep his hand on his pistol too.
That's
like
that's a 4. Elior does not know. But Bjorn said something.
I will say this guy is like a wrinkled dollar bill that has gone through who knows how many laundry cycles and still not torn. There's something deep in this dude. It's tough to read.
Elliot, you're getting from Bjorn. Like the moment they met the Nautilus Collective, Bjorn had something that he put in the box, and what is being suggested here has like they can't be put in the box anymore. And there's a lot of like fear, a lot of anger, a lot of sadness that's just like radiating out. But it's very clear, like it is not like Bjorn's gonna go punch this guy. It's like if this is what Bjorn thinks it is, Bjorn is determined to be the one to face it head on, and not anyone else.
Elior is going to look at Bjorn. He's almost going to look kind of frozen in place for a second. And he's going to blink a few times and just go and nod.
As you
He's
start
gonna-
to
He's going to back up into click a little bit. Or actually, I don't know if this is Click's vibe, so he will just sort of back up to Sud and hold Sud's hand.
Oh,
Oh, I was gonna move up and like fill in the gap in the formation a little bit anyway. But holding hands is totally Click's vibe.
Oh, okay.
Snacks and holding hands and love.
I love it. Next time. I promise.
as you start to walk towards him, Jameson will again, kind of using his cane, make an effort to move more towards you, but at least from what it seems, and if anyone else wants to roll insight on him, you're all more than welcome. But he seems to actively be struggling with kind of getting more movement out. I mean, you did find him pretty bad last night. As you get close to him, Bjorn, he definitely gives you a real once over. He's not that there's something up with him, but he's really trying to calculate where he stands right now. And he'll take his sleeve, so like a button down shirt, kind of unbutton it and pull it back, showing his whole arm. There's a couple scars and scratches, but not anything too notable aside from the tattoo right on the side. And he'll kind of hold his arm out. you happen to carry anything of arcane nature on you? It doesn't need to be special.
What was the second half, Pat? Sorry.
It doesn't need to be special.
What do I have that's arcane but not special?
I mean, it can be. He's trying to just not give you the impression like, hey, take out your fanciest magic item now.
Tenebris is arcane but not special.
Oh.
Stop that.
Not fair.
Very special.
Pat, unfortunately, I have one arcane item on me, unless there'd just be other random little bits and bobs. And it's my Stone of Good Luck, which, as you might recall, he picked up from a previous life experience that is shaped, I think we said, like a nautilus shell.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Bjorn will give him a look and says before he pulls it out, I imagine I have one item on me. I acquired it on an old quest. It's going to look highly symbolic when I pull it out. And I need you to know there is a way to fight them. And there's a way to defeat them if that's what needs to happen. Or at least escape them. And he'll pull out the Stone of Good Luck.
He is a little taken aback. Huh. Well, I must say I am not the largest believer in coincidence. I won't ask to take it from your possession, but he'll reach his arm towards you. Would you do me the honor of just running that past my marking here?
Bjorn will do it.
When the stone is even within about an inch of his skin, you see those faint, inky lines sort of begin to wiggle. And his faded tattoo lightly begins to darken. Just at the tips at first, you can see where those tendrils, it almost looks like his muscle quivers at first until it's unmistakable. They bend too much. And the gray turns a little to black until the stone kind of moves past it. And they slow. And when you kind of finish it, he'll pull his arm back and he'll start doing it back up. The Nautilus is always with me. As they are with all within their collective.
Earlier, I assume that everyone else can hear that. That last phrase, you for the first time experienced Bjorn for just a second fall into absolute terror, just like earth-shattering fear. And then he like bundles that up real quick.
Elliot's going to squeeze Sed's hand even harder.
What I need to know is what that just did. Did that feed you? Sustain you? Did that send something to them?
At this level, it merely stirred something that pushes me. It's been stirring for some time anyway, the reason for my trip last night. To satiate it.
And everyone in the collective at a certain level, they have something akin to this?
Save for a few associates that do some bidding. Yes. The collective is one.
again, this is a little bit more contained because Bjorn was ready, but the phrase "the collective" is one. There's just like another spike that Elier feels, and then again, it's like put that down. You can't have these feelings right now.
Whew.
Why did you want to meet us? It seems like we can't offer much that would keep you safe in the moment. If you've been able to evade them, or even sustain yourself to some degree independent of them, that's already pretty damn impressive.
That's about the point where Elior lets go of Sud's hand after like a final little like, just like a two pulse. That's what I usually do with Ben when I'm about to let his hand go. And he just runs up next to Bjorn to join the conversation and goes, he's scared and wary.
I think the gentleman here would understand, given the object in my possession and the methods through which I likely acquired it, why I would have a certain set of concerns.
No, I understand that, Bjorn. But I think you've got it backwards. Elior's going to look at Jameson. Unless I'm mistaken, you're thinking the same thing Bjorn's thinking. Who are these random people and why are they here? Am I somewhere in the ballpark? The fireball park?
I'd say a bit of a mixture. I am in a very difficult position. I've been trying to find my way out of it, and there doesn't seem to be a way away from the Nautilus. However much I try, it only fades, it does not leave me. On a night I find myself on death's door, accosted by what I can only assume is a thug of the gutter lights. A group of vigilantes comes, saves the day, brings me to life. Happened to have followed me to this position. I don't know what made me an interesting target for you or my grandson, but as I said to you previously, I don't know if I caught your name actually, sir, but I do not believe in coincidence.
Elior is going to take a very, very deep breath, like Ryan just did. Take a step forward a little bit past Bjorn and toward Jameson, because I imagine there's a little bit of distance between us, and say, sometimes the answer is just that people want to help. And sometimes the answer is that people have built up some nefarious, awful scheme full of ulterior motives and twists and betrayals. And sometimes the answer, and most times, in my experience, the answer is somewhere in the middle. Jameson, my name is Elior Thornwhistle. You're right. We followed you for a reason. But we weren't trying to bring you to vigilante justice. I wasn't going to give you all of this while a man was standing in front of me with half of his life drained away. I'd like to help you. But I also think we're in a really good position to help each other. And I don't mean that as an idle threat, Jameson. I mean that as an objective measure of reality. Sometimes people just want to help. And I don't know what happened to you or this planet, but it seems like everyone has forgotten that.
You don't know what to say to that.
What, Pat?
I said he doesn't really know what to say to that.
Does he seem like stunned, concerned, confused?
Not quite confused. He's very contemplative. Just kind of as if that's news to him. You told him something he didn't know, and a man who at least acts like he knows most things. I will say instead of moving forward there, I think this is a good spot to
Pat does not know what to do.
I will say he is at a loss for words, and as is Pat. And noting the time, I will take this opportunity to think over the next week of how he takes someone who may just want to help in a galaxy he has never known to offer such kindness. Also there, I just put in the chat, I have no skills at all with using a Photoshop-esque thing. It doesn't quite look like that, but that's the shape, kind of. That's more of a box than an X or a diamond. It looks more like maybe bacteria here, or an elk with a bad face. But in my head, it's slitherier. But yeah.
Did I break it? Did I break it? I'm sorry.
I have an idea. I'm going to be sending some Discord messages.
I'm gonna have some fun with this. It looks, there's a gentleman in Naruto. I think it's a Shippuden. Didn't read it. I've just seen pictures. And he's got a mask, and it's all swirly. But he's a known comedian, and it just looks like it's him, and he's got two pigtails, and he's falling down.
Ooh.
So the two little lines are the hair going up.
Oh goodness.
I guess okay.
I don't know if I've ever met that character.
He's
I got to a point and then stopped watching it.
Oh, I got to the end of the Chunin exams and stopped watching it and started reading it. And then got to a point and stopped reading it.
Not to make it all about me, but Lunar, you didn't get to see progress of the thing that I'm working on. Now you can all see where I got during session.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so good,
beautiful.
Thank you.
It's so nice.
Must be nice. I had to tear back 3 rows.
Ryan. Oh no.
I had to rip
Nature
the
of the
whole-
hobby.
Remember,
It's
I had to
fine.
rip the whole thing back last week.
Oh, that's true. When you're like, oh, there's supposed to be I-cords all over this. Oops.
Yeah, and you can't
Well,
just.
so I
can't-
won't. I'll just sit here then, and I won't share my sweater.
Come on. Come on.
Jared.
Can't lead us like that.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on,
All right, I have to go get it. It's not this one.
Yay.
Hang on, you guys gotta wait then.
Well, if we're waiting, I know that it's what I was playing while you were playing last week, Ben.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anyone enjoys puzzle games at all. But I am obsessed with the game Blueprints.
Everyone.
good.
I got Christina to start playing it. She spent her entire day yesterday playing it. It is like the thing I
Wow.
think about. I am having dreams where I'm building rooms, the mystery.
Oh my gosh.
So cool.
It looks even better in
Oh
person.
my gosh.
Oh, that's so
Wow.
good.
It's done.
That's fantastic.
Shut up. That's so pretty.
That's gorgeous.
And it's gonna be 20 degrees this weekend, so I'm not even gonna wear it. Which is why it's done. I was like, how come this is going so fast and easy at this end bit? And then I was like, all right, because it's gonna be 20 degrees.
Yeah.
The design is simultaneously very like nice, like it blends with everything, and is a little bit creepy with the tendrily things, which I
I had to find a design that was me, and you would be shocked at how difficult that is.
Mm.
Oh, this is maybe the closest to me I've found. It's very hard. Oh my god.
Should be very proud.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's gorgeous. You're making-
Pat, I've bought
Yeah.
blueprints. After you talked about it, I talked to another friend, and he was like, "You must start playing it.
Oh,
You
I
need to
think-
play it."
I think it's gonna be the game of the year.
I honestly I really, man, I will show you guys my notebook next time that I have. I feel like I get conspiracy theories, just like, okay, but then that I won't even I don't even want to say anything about the game. It's really like I am such a like if I start playing a game, I will spend 5 minutes playing it and then 4 hours watching YouTube to tell me how to play it. And this and like I don't even want to go to the Reddit to see what jokes people are making because I want to play all of it and find it all and then see what other people say about it. It's so cool. I'm loving it.
Awesome.
So, what's because I hear people talk about the word like runs, like and
So
I don't love roguelites, but I know that like I don't necessarily think it is one, but I do know there is like you go through the house in different quote unquote runs because the rooms kind of reorganize themselves. And is there anything like a roguelite